We had this funny moment with our family one night when we were out for dessert. I was going on a longer sort of international trip, and I wanted to spend the evening just with my kids, just saying, Daddy loves you and Mommy loves you, but Daddy's not going to be here, and this is a real opportunity to love your Mommy. And somehow as around dessert, one of our children said, Dad, I don't get this thing about language. Why are some words bad and others aren't? Some of these words just don't seem that bad. They just seem like somebody decided they're bad. And what are bad words and what are not? And I made this distinction for them, and it turned out to be not a helpful distinction as demonstrated by the rest of the evening. I said there are these words that are condemning, judgmental, ungodly words that should never be spoken. I shouldn't say, God damn you, because I'm evoking the name of God to damn you. I should never do that. And that's clear, defined. You shouldn't speak in that way. There are words that are what would I say? They're graphically sexual, and those words bring to mind things that I wouldn't want to bring to mind. There are the words that are just in given cultures impolite, and so I said, shit is one of those words. You know, it's not an evil word in that damning way. It's not a sexual word. It doesn't bring things to mind like that. And it's probably a matter of just cultural politeness to know when I'm going to use that word. My son says, no shit. My daughter says, this cake is shit. My other son says, I think this whole conversation is just shit. And it just wouldn't stop. I'm laughing hysterically because they got the point all too well. And then I went on to say, but you're missing the point, because the Bible actually has a higher standard than culture does. It's a standard that is so high, it really gives me pause with every word I speak. The Bible doesn't define wholesome communication in a vocabulary way. The Bible defines wholesome communication in an intention way. The Bible says that wholesome communication is intended to give grace to the hearer. Wowie, zowie. So I imagine if I could say shit to you in a way that would give you grace, I'd say it. If I'm in a context where that word cannot minister grace, not edify you, it shouldn't be said. It's my intention that is the issue there. I'm called to love you like Christ loved me. What is that love? It's easily defined. It's willing self-sacrifice for the redemptive good of another. That's the love of Christ. That's the love that is the model for my communication. So I'm willing to sacrifice my right to a vocabulary in order to be part of redemptive good in your life. It's all about intention. And I think we really denigrate the battle by making it just a battle of vocabulary. Think about this. You could say to me, okay, Dr. Tripp, I'll do what you want me to do. Now you've given an honorific title, but you've used it in a mean way. You can't walk away and say, God, I'm using words the way you want me to use them, because your intention is actually to use respect in a disrespectful way. That's the battle of words. And so when I got done with the conversation with my children, all of a sudden we get it. It's not vocabulary. We can't just be free now that we've been given this vocabulary license to use words any way we want, because God says you only speak words to another person that build them up and that give them grace. Whatever the word is, it's got to reach that standard of wholesomeness.